Wakey, wakey. Down.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the system that I've been working on, and I mean, don't give me shit because you're like, oh, it's AI written. I'm like, kinda, but like, I feel like the conductor who, after like shit tons of journaling, who's like written down so many thoughts, turn those thoughts into text files, and then use those text files to then feed into the system in order to get back what I want, and then continue to edit it from there until it's at a point where I'm actually happy with what it's saying. And so yeah, like I did use GPT to help write this, but it's like not just AI shit, which is basically how I preface this.
Yeah,
So
I think that that's fair. I mean, AI slop, like I like to make AI images, but I'll sit and make an AI image, like one image for like 4 hours. It's
yeah,
like,
I mean, just because it's AI doesn't mean it's AI shit.
no,
Um,
you could use AI well. It's just it
yeah, I mean,
takes
my
energy and
grammar is
effort.
absolutely horrendous. I can't spell for the life of me. My coding professor used to tell me that he saved my assignments for last because they made him laugh after how depressing everyone else's were. I mean, my code was amazing. My code always
But
ran,
the
always was
spelling was
perfect.
just like,
Yeah, I didn't
dude, your
realize that.
spelling is
I
ridiculous. Like
didn't
it's like I'll be
realize
like reading it, it's
library
like,
had two R's until I was like 23.
yeah, you just spell library.
Yeah. Um, he always just he literally told me this after class. He's like, I save your assignments till last because they make me laugh. Like you're so bad at spelling that I it makes me happy to know. So your code's amazing, but like crap, man, you can't spell for anything. Um, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about it. So this whole thing kind of came about
Could have
like
been hitting on you too, though. I've thought back and I've realized that a lot of
no,
people were hitting on me who I didn't think were hitting on me at the time.
I don't think that.
Okay, I just
So this
Oh,
whole
I
thing,
also I need two more of every supplement bottle. Like all of these, I need two more of each of them because I need two for so you have it's just the more I have, the more I'll do with them. So
uh, um, this whole thing came about as like, I don't know. You sent me that voicemail, and you're like, I don't have the supplement bottle at my house. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, why aren't you paying more attention to this shit? And I was like, oh yeah, I have been. I'll be defining it. So like, be quiet for the next like 2 minutes. Um, what we call derping, and this whole thing is literally a system I built in order to stop derping. So I'm gonna go into detail for this, and basically the idea I put at the top of the header, the fundamental theory I have is there's nothing I haven't ever been able to figure out if I focus on it. I'll throw off all wasteful tasks and distractions in order to focus and journal about becoming the man I know I can be because I know I can figure this out. With that said, I am a pretty good man, but there's still areas of my life where like I occasionally watch too much social media. I've talked about it a lot on YouTube, just struggles with how I overcame nicotine addiction, and then how I deal with nicotine cravings occasionally. Um, I mean, not smoking weed. I mean, that's pretty easy for me to do day to day, but like, I don't know. Occasionally, I'm like, oh, hang out with
pornography, I'd
someone.
say, is like the biggest
What?
no-no in my book. I'd say pornography for me is like the biggest no-no.
Yeah, cutting that out. But I mean, there's like you after working on yourself and like figuring this shit out for a while, like quit weed, quit nicotine, quit caffeine, quit porn. Um, Still
I mean,
figuring
I'm
out
just
social
hitting a dab
media.
pen.
What?
Still by me, I'm just hitting a dab pen.
Yeah, yeah, bad weed. I don't really have the desire to do weed. The thing is, once you smoke weed, the only time I ever want to smoke weed is right after I already smoked weed, because you're like, I already feel like oh, you're not gonna be as mentally sharp the next day. You're kind of fucked up a little bit, and you're like, well, it's not that bad. I mean, going
Yeah,
from
keep talking. I gotta like move some stuff, but I'm
right,
listening.
going from like not smoking weed for a month or two to smoking weed, like holy shit, you feel that. You feel way worse. At least for me and how this works, because you seem to be able to function with it. I do not function well with weed, and it makes all those other things that we talked about, the porn, the nicotine, the caffeine, the what was the weed. It makes those all worse. So I just cut it out. And as long as I don't smoke weed, I'm perfectly fine. I don't really have the desire to smoke weed, but it's like occasionally, or I don't know, because as we'll talk about this later, I'm derping. I'll eventually, well, not eventually, but I'll sometimes slide back into it. So I just wrote this whole system to help with that. Also, this system is meant to help address uh, getting so caught up in what I'm doing that I lose track
Let's
of
take it, April. I'm working. Talk later.
the overall idea of what's happening. So like with hunting, I got so trapped, like not trapped, but like I spent 3 years of my life learning how to hunt, learning deer hunting, and then this season I go out shotgun season and I bag 3 deer in a row.
Mama's not here. April, wait. No, not right now, April. Okay.
Yeah,
April's talking to me.
yeah. So I go out, I bag 3 deer in a row, and like I was talking to people in the gym about this. I'm like, there's some things that just feel really good. You can get caught up in, and like fighting. Like, holy crap, your brain rewards you when you win a fight. You feel amazing.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that was something. I just want to add this. That was something that was like really hard for me over the last 2 years as I've been recovering from insomnia. Is like, and I've just been having like, I've been getting injured, is just actually making myself take time off. And I have a bunch of solo
Yeah.
drills that I've been doing,
So
I have, like YouTube videos. Wait. This is important though, because it's like, I effing love going to open mats and just fucking people up. Like, that's
yeah,
like, it's just so much fun. Like, but it's so much stimulation for my brain and my body that it's like at times, like these past years, I need to like
you're saying
not do that for like months at a time. Um, and it's just hard. I mean, I let my body recover, let my like mind recover, and then I can come back to doing it in the future. That's the reason I take time off, is so that I don't destroy my body. But it's like the reason so many people destroy their body doing jujitsu is because it's just so much fucking fun. It's so much fun that you just wanna, like, who cares that like your freaking knees hurt and you can barely stand up straight and you have to waddle when you walk. It's like that feeling when they're like when you just take someone's back, you sink that choke in, like it's awesome. It's the same with like I like hiking.
okay.
Yeah, you
So
can like train yourself too. I've trained myself to get dopamine from working, like
right,
making YouTube videos, but I also have always liked making videos too.
right.
So it's
At the same time, hunting, like so, fighting, fucking, and hunting, all primal things that you need to do to survive, and your brain rewards you for doing those. And with regards to hunting, I spent 3 years out there freezing my nuts off in the woods, 10 degrees out, um, for hours, not moving. It's the coldest I've ever been. I once, so I was wearing 2 foot tall boots, like really high boots, like knee high boots. And I didn't realize this at the time, but they were so high that there wasn't able to get enough oxygen in them for my toe warmers to work. So I put the toe warmers on. I initially feel them working because there's some oxygen in the boot. And I got into the woods. I'm sitting out there for 4 or 5 hours. And I'm like, oh my god, my feet are starting to feel nice and warm.
oh
No. Turns
geez.
out, I when I got out of the tree, I was having trouble standing upright because I couldn't feel like below my ankle, and it was like walking on pegs, and like yeah, that was kind of scary. Anyways, but I eventually figure out deer hunting, and then I bag 3 deer this season, and like all of a sudden, my brain is not really like focusing on anything else besides how do I get more deer, and it kind of takes over business and takes over making YouTube videos, takes over jujitsu. And my only thought is, how do I get more deer? How do I optimize for more deer? So that wasn't really ideal. And by implementing the system, I'm hoping to fix that.
It's
Anyways,
probably useful though to do that for a period of time. Like I find like having I've sort of I love the ancient Greeks, know thyself. Like they just nailed it with that one. The Eleusinian mysteries, know thyself. I function really well. I don't know. I've kind of like I like to I guess I describe it as like surfing my own personality. Like I'm a very obsessive person who has a million different interests. It's like my office is just
these
like it's just covered in books, and I'm actively reading many of like this is an externalization of my mind, and I just roll with it. Like I've realized that like I just need to let myself roll with it. Like I'll just spend more time sitting in my office. Like I won't even judge myself for it being in the state
what
it's
do you
in. 'Cause
want
I'm
to
like,
hear?
this is just what my mind is right now. So I'll sit in the middle of the physical manifestation of my mind, and then I'll just do things. Like I'll just whip out my phone, I'll go on Instagram, I'll start
Yeah.
scrolling.
Back to the
And then no
system.
no no
Wait,
no no no
no, hold
no
on.
no no
Let
no
me
no
let
no
me
no
do this.
no. This is good. This is real good. So you can't interrupt me when I'm in the middle of the insomniac rant because this is the
I
thing.
can
Like
mute
Owen
you,
Cook, guys, if
bro.
you
I'm
haven't watched
admin.
Owen
I
Cook,
can mute
if you
you.
haven't watched Owen Cook, you have to watch Owen Cook because he does these free tour things where he goes and he rants. He's like, I haven't slept in 3 days. How am I doing this? He's doing it the way.
Wait, what? You doing what? Give me a second. I'm on mute. Um. Oh wait, you have to select unmute. I think I can ask to unmute you. There you go.
I'll hang up on you. I can go do other shit. My YouTube channel gets more watch hours than yours does, so I'm helping you, buddy. But anyway,
Tell that to my
so
4K subs.
don't watch your channel. Go on my channel. I put a video up where I show you how the analytics work. Like everyone is completely wrong about how social media works. And they all think the popularity works differently when it doesn't. It's more like an Akashic map of the collective unconscious, which is also the connective
Yeah.
unconscious. But anyway, back to the thing. So I've found that by using my Instagram feed to prompt me to make YouTube videos, which then give me ideas that I use to direct action within my environment, that um based on who I am and the habits I've worked to instill, that I will basically fall into a an equilibrium, like my lowest energy state, or this valley, like not the lowest energy state, but it's a stable valley I found
Bro,
where I've created enough structure that my internal lack of structure within the structure, my a tendency to obsess over things within the context of the habits I've already established, is itself that feedback. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I'm just tucking in my shirt.
Okay.
But
But it is itself that feedback loop because like
there you go.
I don't know. I mean, I think that that's sort of it's interesting. Like it is interesting. Like I think what you're really doing is becoming aware of a
Yeah.
feedback loop that already exists. I don't think you're actually creating a system to stop derping. I think that you're
Mm,
more recognizing how you act consciously and simply acknowledging your own self-recognition within the articulation of a system that you're already implicitly at.
hey, I thought about this today, and let me go through this and at least get through more than just the header of the system I've written down. The way I'm thinking about it is more so a system of follow these steps, and through repeatedly doing them, it you will go from being in a derping state to being conscious. And like not like that's how I think of it. Like oh, you've all these books talking, oh, what's consciousness? This is how you be more aware. This is all this stuff. I'm like, bro, autism this shit for me. Like I want do this, and repeatedly do this, and you will become more conscious. And so far it's been great for the past 3 weeks. And the whole point of putting it into the system format is you once it's in the system, you can work on the system itself as a way of improving it. Give me a second. So, oh, I'll give this example. If planning out my day, I write down tons of little lists on how I want to go. Writing out those lists takes time. I have to think about what I want to do. If I create a system for how I want to structure my day, then it greatly speeds up the creating of those lists, and then I can simply update the system. And then, if there are any issues that come in, like how I'm weighting stuff, the different values of it, and doing that creates something that's repeatable, creates something that I can outsource to someone else eventually. But creating systems really helps with no, I'm not even done with the first page. Creating systems really helps with this whole thing. So I'm creating the system for this. So like I promised, and like I wanted to like 5 minutes ago, derping. What is derping? How is it different from distractions or laziness? Derping is choosing comfort and low agency when there is no external demand forcing excellence. For you, derping is not simply procrastination or being scattered, it is a state of comfort and low agency. When life doesn't require you to be at your best, so you allow yourself to operate beneath your potential. You're not necessarily avoiding work, you're choosing ease, convenience, and novelty over sharpness, discipline, and self command. It's not weakness, that's biological plus environmental plus incentives lining up. Your nervous system is optimized for energy conservation. Unless danger or meaning demands otherwise, your life lacks crisis, scarcity, and responsibility. It's not bad. I'm basically talking about how it's not bad designed that way. Like I've designed my area right now so that I'm living at home so that I can get the company up and work on it, but at the same time that kind of lowers the demand for sharpness. And while, yeah, you can go, let's go all in on this, at the same time, you're like, huh, I could go say, let's go all in, move to Boston or get my own place. But if anything went wrong with that, then I would have wiped out my savings because I decided it was a smart idea to pay a couple $1,000s a month to some stranger for rent when I didn't necessarily need to do that. So basically, Uh, how do you manufacture stakes? Your nervous system says, why run at 100% when 90% keeps me alive and comfortable? And I'd say that is pretty much what derping is. It's operating below what you could be because you're comfortable where you are. Um, and like in this state, weed feels reasonable because like I don't necessarily need to be sharp tonight. Sloppy clothes feel justified because I mean, if you're working at home, like I'm dressed nice right now. I have nice pants on, I have a belt on, I have a shirt on. I'm not wearing athletic comfort clothes. And skipping journaling feels harmless because I can think about it later. Journaling, which is what I'm doing with the system, is extremely important because it gives you a bird eye view of your life and helps you plan out how you want to do it. Um, So anti-doping is the opposite. It's designed to be conscious, deliberately choosing to rise, well-dressed, train, sleep on time, think, plan, and hold yourself to a higher internal standard even when no one necessarily demands it. Yeah, you can talk. What's up?
That's interesting because the journaling thing, I was just thinking about it. Like systems themselves are physical objects. Like a real system is a physical object. Like journaling is a habit, but the habit itself is an emergent property of the fact that the journal exists and that you're aware of how you could use it and you have a goal in mind. It's like you have a goal, the journal exists, and you're aware of its use. That itself constitutes the system.
Yes.
I think fundamentally, like that's
So right now I'm kind of just reading. Um, it's a pretty long document. It's like 41 pages right now. For the overall thing. A lot of it is, and we'll get to this later. A lot of what I'm doing right now is kind of looking at all everything I want to do with my time and then putting value on that to determine what is more important than what in order to basically establish minimum standards I'm okay with maintaining while allowing myself to have an area of focus that I put my effort into.
That's stupid. So what you should do is just let me train you to win a world championship in jujitsu, and then let the rest of your life naturally fall around the diabolical and completely unbalanced pursuit of that goal in the face of all obstacles constantly.
Yeah,
And
that
then it
sounds
becomes its own
great
measuring stick.
for
And no, it does. Because even this is really a system for the achievement of that very goal. Because by building this business the way we're building it and documenting this on YouTube, not only do we create an understanding for ourselves, but we share that understanding. And fundamentally, if you're the best person at teaching other people how to do jujitsu, the collective, and you're actively doing it, the collective unconscious will make sure that you win everything because it will fundamentally recognize that in order to enhance the principle of jujitsu, you must win. It's like, why does Gordon Ryan win? Because he teaches everyone how he does everything on BJJ Fanatics. So fundamentally, his opponent deep down wants Gordon to beat them because they know it's better for everyone, including themselves, if Gordon wins, because Gordon's fundamentally helping the sport more. And regardless of what they say, they're by
I
necessity invested in the sport
don't I
because
don't
they're
agree with that.
no. This is the case. This is why wrestling works the way it does. Like this is literally no, I'm dead serious. Like I'm actually because you only have two options as a combat sports athlete. You can either share all your secrets or you can keep all your secrets. If you only share some of your secrets, it's kind of stupid. If you share all your secrets, then the full disclosure itself becomes a smokescreen, and then you're really surrounded by a bunch of people that are reinforcing the principles that you yourself are investigating. Like this is how the Gracies got so good. Like this is how Cyborg, Roberto Cyborg got really good. Like Cyborg only got a blue belt and then he just taught and then competed and like won like a bunch of ADCCs. And the reason that he was able to win, he talks about this. The reason he's because he's like, all I was doing was just trying to figure out how to be the best at jujitsu. And then I was just teaching everyone around me everything I was learning all the time. So I was constantly getting feedback from the implementation of my own style. So I developed this style beyond the point anyone else had developed it. And then if you try to copy him, it's like good fucking luck. Like now you're just doing what his students do, which is trying to copy him, which is predictable. And now you're predictable like everyone else, and he just murders you because he's the best at that style. That's like you know what I'm saying? Like that's even like this is you see this across all combat sports. Like once someone has an edge on you in a combat sport, um, they can sort of just like use it to
Yeah, but
endlessly
then
beat on you.
at the same time, if I solely dedicate myself to becoming the best at jujitsu without what I'm trying to do in this system, then I stop posting as many, if not most of YouTube channels, YouTube videos. I stop doing the work I need to do for business. If I make
No. The jujitsu training will cause your metabolism to peak in a way that it isn't currently peaking, which will make your brain turn on more, such that you will compulsively act out these things while thinking about jujitsu. Because jujitsu itself is really like fighting. Someone said this about fighting. They said that fighting is a contest of intelligence and character disguised as a test of strength and will. Like that's literally what it is. It's a contest of intelligence and character disguised as a test of strength and will. It's like fundamentally what makes you good at fighting is your ability to orient your entire life around building the systems that support the reactions. Like it's this whole system thing. and then you get people within your system, and then I catch you in the pocket, and I get to hit you. Like that's kind of like how like why do you get to like take people down in a fight? Because they're off kilter and you're not. Like their timing is off. It's like, well, why is their timing off? And it's like there's a million reasons for that, but not having the timing and orientation of every other part of your life correct is a major reason for that. And that's why I say that jujitsu itself would be sufficient because at the end of the day, we're not focusing on like we're focusing I call it jujitsu by way of judo. Judo is ju, the yielding force, and do, the way. It is the way of self-development by yield. And I would say I encourage the way of self-development by yielding, but yielding to your own nature by recognizing your own nature. Like you know yourself, and then you yield to your own nature. And then by doing that, you engage in this path of self-development. You do this in pursuit of jujitsu, the gentle art. The gentle art is how things operate fundamentally. Like I think the same thinking that goes into success in jujitsu is the same thinking that goes into success in science, Roman engineering, anything. Like it is just simply the pursuit of the truth. Like I got to give credit to Dave Roy from NESF for this. He said martial arts is the pursuit of the truth.
So
It's
your
like you just want to know
recommendation is
what
to
works.
focus on nothing else besides becoming world class at jujitsu and put everything else on the back burner.
No, 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 no. Because the first thing that we would have to do in our pursuit of jujitsu is develop the ultimate routine. But
Yes,
we
but that's what I'm
use
doing.
jujitsu as the measuring stick of the ultimate routine because again, we're this is the really the
So
fundamental
wait,
crux of it.
how do I use jujitsu as the measuring
Physical
stick for the
action is
system?
limited by the mechanisms your body has for self-repair. Your body has limited mechanisms for self-repair. So you can't physically train jujitsu that much every day before your body needs to repair itself. So really we're training our mind. We're really actually training our mind because we're not going to train our body to the point of deterioration because that would be self-defeating. We're not using steroids. So do a little jujitsu every day, do the solo drills every day and stuff, reflect on them every day, orient your day around building the sort of consciousness that supports the ideal state of mind necessary for training the mind via the body. Train the mind via the body and train the body via the mind. And then by doing that, basically what you're doing is you're really optimizing for mental function and metabolism because you have to recover. Like you're making yourself aware of your daily recovery by doing movements daily. So now there's a feedback mechanism for recovery because we're fundamentally training the mind, not the body. So you shouldn't be sore. Feedback mechanism. And you can gauge the improvement of the quality of your movements. So there's a feedback mechanism for the quality of your mind as well. You can throw in some meditation habits
Okay,
or
so
whatever as well.
what you're saying isn't necessarily against the system, but you're saying use jujitsu as the measure for how well the system's working.
What I'm saying is I agree with everything you're saying, but the way human beings are constructed, we're fundamentally unable to engage in the sort of logical reasoning you describe unless we're basically at war. So business is abstract warfare. Improving your health is like long-term warfare,
Yeah, no,
but
but
jujitsu is a
that's the
visual
point.
metaphor.
No, but that's the point of the system is you are always like you can always be technically at war with something. However, in order for you to be derping, you fell off of that and lost focus of what you were fighting against, and
You're
therefore,
trying to train the mind via the mind. You train the mind via the body and the body via the mind. So it's like if you want to be healthier physically, I would recommend
I'm trying to use the
uh
mind to create routines for the body, and then use the body to heal the mind.
but the only routines are based in movement and the nervous system. Like what I'm saying is like fundamentally
Yeah,
without
but I need to schedule those movements into a day while still making sure I can maintain everything else I'm doing, or else
What I'm saying is if you construe the goal of your training properly, nothing else is necessary because your training will produce health and consciousness. And if you're
I
healthy
didn't
and
find that to be the
conscious,
case even in high school.
what?
I didn't find that to be the case even in high school wrestling.
What do you mean?
I mean, high school wrestling came, I still vaped, I still occasionally smoked weed, and I saw issues with porn.
Yeah, but you still kicked ass and wrestled. We're
Yeah,
fallen
but
human beings. I mean, what's the goal? Is the goal again like, and this is sort of the thing, like I'm not trying to use wrestling to defeat my sin. I'm trying to defeat my sin so I can kick ass in wrestling. Right? I think that people get the order wrong. It's like in Maccabees. I was reading Maccabees last night, and they break the Sabbath in order to win the battle. Like breaking the Sabbath is like breaking one of the Ten Commandments. Like you get put to death for that. Like that's like the biggest no-no. You know what I mean? And they broke the Sabbath to beat the Romans. It's like they didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna train to beat the Romans so we can build the discipline to keep the Sabbath more." They're like, God made the Sabbath for man, not man for the Sabbath. Like God didn't make self-control so that you could beat yourself up in order to be a good boy. God made self-control so that you can kick people's ass. Like if I smoke weed and then I go win the ADCC, then smoking weed was fine. Maybe smoking weed will prevent me from winning the ADCC, but I need a system that doesn't condemn me for engaging in actions that may not be detrimental on some abstract moral basis that isn't grounded in a tangible feedback loop.
I'm not. All those behaviors that I mentioned, I have experienced detrimental
No,
effects
they're all
from
bad. No, you're right. They're
doing.
all bad. I'm not even saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is that the behaviors don't end because you made the behaviors end. The behaviors end because you became strong enough to resist. It's like, it's not that you have to, you're not, it's like the image I keep having is it's like someone's like in a dark room and they're trying to like sweep the darkness out. Like they're grabbing buckets, they're trying to like scoop the darkness out of the room. And it's like, no, you got to open up a window. You got to light a candle. You have to let in the light. Like you can't get rid of darkness by focusing on darkness. You have to focus on light. And that's sort of like why Jesus says the eye is the lamp of the body. Like whoever focuses on darkness, like will be full of darkness. It's like you don't. And Dave, not Dave Ramsey, Ramsey Dewey, the online martial arts dude who's super cool, talked about this. He said with his students who are alcoholics, he didn't encourage them to stop drinking and then come to jujitsu. He said, like, come to jujitsu drunk and do what you can. And if you keep doing that, you'll find that you don't want to drink as much. He's like, just stop worrying. He's a Mormon. He doesn't drink. He's like, I'm super against drinking. He's like, but what I've found is because someone was asking him, like, how do I quit alcohol so I can start doing martial arts? He's like, I've never seen that work. He's like, what I find is that people start doing martial arts and then they quit drinking. No one ever quits drinking and then does martial arts. He's just like that. He's like, I've just never seen it. So don't try to do that because it probably won't work. Like that was his whole thing. And I'm like, I found that to be true. Like, don't necessarily try to quit your bad habit, build good habits because
Yeah,
you can't